What's going on, my good people? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. What's today? August 4th. We back at it for another episode of the Man to Man Pod. I'm Antoine Bethea. I'm going to have my co-host, D Butt, man. He'll be jumping in about 5 minutes. But hopefully y'all having a great morning. We got a lot to talk about again today. I think Monday, man, we had a great show. Talked about a lot. Obviously, we got football tonight. I think everybody's excited for that. We got the Hall of Fame game down there in Cannes, so we definitely going to discuss that. Obviously, some more Deshaun Watson news. We'll give our takes on what we think about the NFL appealing the 6-game suspension that was given out earlier this week. Brittney Griner, I think the decision is supposed to be coming out as far as her sentencing in Russia. So definitely get our takes on that. So yeah, man, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. Obviously, F1. I think D-Buzz gonna be excited about that. Some of the F1 families happening to the NFL. So yeah, man, y'all stick with us. And we're going to enjoy the ride today. Catch you on the other side. And we're back. Like I said, man, we got a lot to talk about today, man. Obviously, throughout the show, put your comments in the comment section. We can respond. Obviously, we always gonna stay dialed in. Again, man, I hope your Thursday is going good. Man to Man Pod, man, we here, we back. Until my man D Butt gets in here. You know what? I'm gonna start off with baseball today. The Padres trade for National Slugger Juan Soto. I tweeted something the other day. They need to throw the Nationals away. I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I do love sports. And I've noticed the past few years, man, they've had some big time players over there. Let them get out of the building. And obviously, they offered Juan Soto a long-term deal. Fit what they would think it was 15 years, a bunch of M's, and he turned it down as he should have. I think that was too long. But you got to find a way to keep him in the building. Somehow, some way, you got to keep him in the building. But what do? You ship him off. So again, I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I am a big fan of common sense. And it seems like the people over there with the Nationals that's making the important calls, they're lacking it. They lacking in that space, man. So again, shout out to Juan Soto. Shout out to the Padres, because that's a hell of a deal. Obviously teaming up with some other young studs over there. So I'm excited to see, man. I'm excited to see what the Padres, how their season going to end up looking like. And I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the Nationals, man. But in my opinion, you got to throw them Nationals away. It's crazy. I'm sorry, Ace Boogie. I'm sorry, man, but that's not good business. G.I. Joe, man, they need some new leadership, man. G.I. Joe 317 says Nationals and Commanders need to go. Bring back the Seattle Mariners and the Seattle Supersonics. I mean, I see with the Mariners, I definitely respect that. King Griffey. That was some good old days with the Seattle Mariners, the Commanders. Obviously Commanders football team, Supersonics basketball. So that that really doesn't go head to head. But I respect that, G.I. Joe. I respect it. But yeah, man, them Nationals gotta get up out of here. We gonna say I'm gonna say the football news for when D-Butt jump in, and we're gonna say that towards the end. But we also have some news with Brittney Griner. I just read something on this, and I just said, wow, like Russian court verdict expected soon in the Griner case. And I just read that prosecutors are asking for 9.5 years. 9.5 years for some weed. Again, you have to know where you're at, what jurisdiction you're in. You have to abide by the rules. And again, I'm not sure if it's strictly the fact that, what Russia's going through, and, versus U.S. versus Russia, and then is she the scapegoat? But 9.5 years, I know that's way too much. So again, prayers for Brittney Griner, prayer for her family. Hopefully we get her back soon. But I think a lot of people are going to be sitting on the edge of their seats, waiting to see what this verdict will be. And as I said earlier, Russian court verdict is expected soon in this case. So y'all let me know your thoughts, man. Let me know. I know a lot of people will say, like, she got to know where she is, what part of jurisdiction that she's in. She got to follow the rules. I get that part. But again, 9.5 years, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Javier B mentioned that this is a political situation. Unfortunately, I agree. G.I. Joe, weed would be a death penalty in some Muslim states. Yeah. Again, it's tough, man. Zach said it's terrible timing, horrible timing. Brad Richardson, that's Russia law, and to beat all you are American, they giving you maximum sentence. Trash and McStoner, 9.5 years for weed is some BS. Agree on that. that say Trash and McStoner, man. But again, we are going to pray for Brittney Griner. We hope and pray and wish that she gets home safely, gets home soon, and we can put this, and she can put this behind her. I know she's going to have a tell-all book. I know she's going to go on tour and just speak on her experience. I know it's been a crazy one. I know it's been a tough one, a trying one. But again, man, got to get her home soon. Got to. Man, how's y'all Thursday going? Mine's just going good. Can't wait for the night. Like I said, the Hall of Fame game. Even though I don't think a lot of starters are going to play, man, but I'm excited to really be able to watch some football. It's been a long time. We've been talking about it. It's been slow in the news, but obviously the news will start picking up. We're going to get this football going. And we're going to rock. Speaking of the Hall of Fame game, Las Vegas Raiders versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Tone, man, you in the background. Can you please give me a list of our inductees, the guys that are going into the Hall of Fame, so we can shout them out on the show as well. But today, Pro Football Hall of Fame, Canton, Ohio, Las Vegas Raiders, Jacksonville Jaguars. Y'all put in the comments, what are y'all most excited for tonight? Like I said, even though a lot of the starters probably won't play, if they do, they won't play a lot. What are some of the things that you most interested in seeing? I know I think I participated in 2 Hall of Fame games. One game we played Starters probably play like a series. Second time played in the Hall of Fame game. Starters did not play. I think it's kind of getting to that point now where well, no, it might be a little different now, being that we don't have, at the time we had 4 preseason games, and the Hall of Fame game would make it 5. Obviously, those rules are different now. So the starters may play a series or two tonight. Obviously, it depends on the coaches, depends on the organization, what they want to see, how camp has been going. So we definitely gonna see. What y'all excited about? Bob said it's going to be flag football, all yellow flags. It's definitely not going to be flag football, baby. We're going to be able to see some action, get them pads going, man. Loosen up them pads, break those pads in. Art Garcia, Raiders has a packed room at running back. Going to keep an eye on them. That's a great observation right there. Art Garcia, I appreciate you tapping in with us. Mr. Scampers, bring the two-tone Jags helmets back. There you go, Van Albright. Jaguars already said no starter, so that's it, man. I was kind of expecting that, but we're still gonna be able to see some good football. Guys who's gonna be able to get on film. They're gonna be able to flash. They're gonna be able to show what they have. And one of the big things I used to always tell guys coming into camp is that, even if you don't make this team, you're still rehearsing for the 31 other teams. So make sure you go out there, you put some good film out there. NFL scouts, they're trying to see who can fit their system. Obviously, cuts are really tough for a lot of the teams, for a lot of the execs to make. But if you can show out and put some good stuff on the film, man, this is a great audition. Appreciate you, Tone. And there you go. You got the Jags and you got the Raiders. And got a great class here. A great class. Both Selling, Branch, Leroy Butler, McNally, Sam Mills, Richard Seymour, Dick Vermeil, Bryant Young. This is the class of 2022 Pro Football Hall of Fame. The new class be able to get their gold jackets. I know they're excited about it. And this is dope, man. This is dope. I think all these players up here are well deserved on this nod. So I'll be looking forward to that as well. Guys coming out, the other Hall of Fame guys that's been inducted throughout the years will be able to greet them and join them into that tight brotherhood, man. So it's gonna be dope, man. I'm pretty sure everybody here is gonna pretty much tap into the game at some part. Maybe not the entire game, but I know we got some true football fans in here, so I know we're gonna tap in. I know we're excited to have football back. Man, Zach, hey, I talk about that all the time. Zach said, how in the hell is London Fletcher and Zach Thomas not in there yet? It's numbers game, and obviously you got to be, I think it's a lot that goes into getting that nod, and I just don't think it's strictly football. Unfortunately, I think it has a lot to do with, the teams you played with, how good your teams were, and that's why I always kind of, that's what I'm against. Like, this is not a team award. This is a individual award. Like, how was this player while he played in the game? So it's a lot that goes into it, man. But those two guys, London Fletcher and Zach Thomas, they deserve to be in the Hall. I think they will get there one day. How long will we have to wait? Who knows? But we're going to see. We are going to see. Van Albright, good question, man. AB, that one teammate that got cut and you didn't see it coming. Man. Let me think on that. No, it was funny. It was a young fella when I was playing in Arizona. It's funny because he used to sit right beside me. And he just so happened he's playing in the CFL now. And I see when his face popped up on the screen, I'm like, man, I hadn't heard from him, and it was just good to see that he's still playing ball, and he's one of those guys that similar to a Gerard Powers, who his rookie year, when I was with the Colts, when he stepped in, like you knew he was a baller, right? As a rookie, he was like, okay, he's gonna play a lot for us. It was just the way he was, the way he played on the field, the questions that he asked in the film room. It was like, okay, this young fella, he's ready. And this young man, when I was in AZ, he reminded me a lot of Gerard Powell, and I used to tell him that. But it was one of those things. It was a numbers game. The DB room was packed. It was myself. It was Tyvon Branch, D-Bus best friend, Pat P, Tom Matthew. It was Buda Baker, rookie year. So it was just a lot of people in the room, and it was just a numbers game. But I always felt as though they could find room for him. And he got cut, and that was one surprising to me, because for me, it's like, you want to keep your best players, and he definitely was one of the best players at that time. So he's one of the guys that I always think about. Nakiba, of course, Nakiba, you only see Sam Mills in the same jersey. Most of us see him in that Carolina Panthers. Zach, yep, Fletcher only missed one snap in his career. Iron Man, and that's what people talk about. London Fletcher, his stature, his size stature, which people talk about a lot. Playing that middle linebacker, only missing one snap in his career, which is crazy, playing that position, man. So, again, man, we London Fletcher will get in. Like, it's some guys that did right by the game and has to get in. The football guys will look down and do justice and do right by London Fletcher. But I agree with you 1,000%, Zach, that Fletcher belongs in that Hall of Fame. Van, man, all I could do is do what I did. That's a tough out, though. That's tough to get in there, man. So I appreciate you even acknowledging that. Justin P, the shirt is dope. Hey, appreciate you, man. Go holler at my boy, man. Believe BIY on IG, man. Grew up with my guy, man. He's been doing some great things, creating his own line. Believe in yourself. So definitely go tap in with him. Great question, Brad Richardson. AB, how much does it affect the Broncos losing wide receiver Tim Patrick? It affects them. It does. Obviously having Russell Wilson coming in, you got a stud and Judy. You had Clayton, and now you got Tim Patrick that's going to be out for the season. That does hurt. They have a good running game, so being able to have for Russell Wilson to have those guys we can deliver the ball to. When I heard this, I'm like, this is big news. This is big news. But unfortunately, it's one of them things where things happen and it's next man up. So it just gives another guy on the roster opportunity to show up, show out, and make a name for us. So, but obviously for Tim Patrick, man, get back healthy, man. Get back out there. Breaking news. And I'm kind of seeing everybody in the chat. Van Albright, Bottom Boy.
Damn.
Ace Boogie just said it. They just found Griner guilty with criminal intent on top of the smuggling for the vape.
Wow.
So that's tough, man. One of them things that I don't think anybody over here was hoping or wishing for.
Yeah.
So definitely, man, keep Brittney Griner in your prayers, and hopefully, people on our side can figure something out. But I think it's looking rough right now, looking tough, man. But we're gonna stay positive against. Say your prayers, man. That's
Yeah,
that's
that's
that's tough.
tough.
That's tough.
That's real tough, man. Sorry, jumping in here. That's some stuff to take care of, but that's tough news. Hopefully, like you said, we figure it out. And I know they were trying to exchange some prisoners to get her, and maybe this is a move for leverage or something like that on Russia's end. I saw they were trying to send her like 9.5 years or something crazy like that. So hopefully it's it don't go through and she gets back over here sooner than later. But that's tough news to hear, man.
Yeah, man, real tough, real tough. I know her and her family's crushed by that, but like I said, man, we're gonna think positive, try to stay positive, and hopefully, again, man, we can get it back on our soil.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I got D Butt.
Yes, sir. What I missed, man?
Joining us, man. Talked about the Hall of Fame game tonight. I know we all excited about that. Put the Hall of Fame inductees of the class of 2022. Talked about the Soto to the Padres and how we got to throw the Nationals away. Got to throw them away.
Man, the talent that they've had
is crazy
over the years. Bryce Harper, Strasburg,
it's crazy.
Soto. I probably don't even know most of them. Tone could probably list them off, but
Tone could definitely do that. But this is a good segue into I was trying to hold off on the football talk till you got here. But
all right.
we're gonna start with F1 GOAT. Since my guy D Buzz here, F1 GOAT, Lewis Hamilton joins the new Denver Broncos ownership group. It was a tweet from Lewis Hamilton, excited to join an incredible group of owners and become a part of the Broncos story. Honored to work with a world-class team and serve as an example of the value of more diverse leadership across all sports. Roscoe already thinks he made the team. Let's ride.
Yep, Russ threw out a tweet and posted a picture that he had Russell Wilson that he had took with Lewis Hamilton, I believe, out in Monaco at the Monaco Grand Prix. It's dope though, Broncos, obviously a new ownership group taking over the Broncos. And from what it seems, looks pretty one of the more diverse ownership groups in the league. So that's awesome news to hear. And obviously, as big of a fan as I've become of F1 this year and these last few months. I done spoke several times how I feel about Sir Lewis Hamilton. So it's dope to see him getting his hands on this on a football team. Like that's big. It's a lot of people everywhere. Right? We showed that business model last episode, so we know how valuable those ownership stakes are. So shout out to Lewis Hamilton and the Broncos, man. This is dope to see.
Broncos, man, I think they were and are very intentional and in having a diverse ownership group. And that's what it's supposed to be. Be intentional about what you're doing. And again, to your point, shout out to the Broncos ownership group.
Making moves, man. Making waves.
Again, man, obviously, not news that we want to continue to talk about, but hey, this is where we at. Deshaun Watson. We talked about it. We talked about it Monday. Getting Sue Robinson suspending Deshaun Watson for 6 games, and obviously, we knew that the NFL, Roger Goodell, they had until I think it was today, 9 a.m., but they obviously came out yesterday and appealed that decision. And now he decided to obviously go out and find somebody else to kind of do some more due diligence, some more digging to try to find out, what that correct length of suspension will be for Deshaun. Where do you think this goes from here?
Shit, it's looking like it's heading to court,
Yeah.
because Deshaun's camp basically came out and said that they would sue, that they would take it to court. And then they came out and put out a statement the night before the ruling came out and asking the NFL, the NFLPA and Deshaun asked the NFL to go along with Sue L. Robinson's judgment. And it kind of doesn't make sense. You would think, you would trust a third party to do her due diligence and then pass along the ruling, and then both sides will go with it. But I believe it was collectively bargained that Roger Goodell still has this power to go back and say, and he gets to choose who hears it, who hears the appeal. And then obviously, like you said, the court process. And I don't know how that'll work with this suspension. Because remember Brady, when he was suspended, it was like when they were in court, he played that whole time. I believe he played that whole year. And then he set out the following year, the first 4 games. So I don't know if it'll be a situation like that. But I heard that the NFL wants an indefinite suspension, at least a year long, or if it's a shorter suspension, a significant monetary fine. So we'll see. We'll see where this lands, man. But Deshaun got himself in this situation, and we'll see how it all falls out.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
Tough though.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And you're gonna definitely have people on different sides of the fence. Bob says, he knows he's in the minority, but he doesn't see a story here. 2 grand juries. A lot of people feel that way, and then you have a lot of people that feel the other way, where 6 games is not enough. So
yeah. And then the judge, she said it was egregious behavior. It was non-violent sexual assault. It's shit confusing, honestly. And then Deshaun is, he's been consistent in saying he's innocent and he doesn't, deserve any game. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. A lot of people said from the beginning, though, it's going to be courts. It's going to be lawyers will be involved, and it's going to play out that way. And the NFL came back, and they did. I think they're trying to make a point here. Like, hey, we're trying to do what's right when it comes to potential crimes or bad behavior against women. And they've obviously dropped the ball in that regard in the past. I think everybody knows that. So now they're trying to make a strong stance going forward. And they're gonna make an example out of Deshaun. So we shall see.
Yeah,
we shall see how this plays out.
Yeah, man.
And then this week we don't have the Dolphins stuff in here because it's been a busy week for the front office in NFL.
Woo.
They passed down the that kind of came out of nowhere, at least for me. I wasn't expecting that news the day after they dropped the Deshaun news. It wasn't them, I guess it was Sue. But they probably waited for Sue to drop it and then dropped the Stephen Ross fine and suspension.
Miami Dolphins.
My Miami Dolphins. And now you kind of get a glimpse behind the curtain of why we've been some shit for so long. We got the owner. So based on as a former attorney general, I believe, who did the investigation, 6 months investigation into the Dolphins, found that Stephen Ross and some other front office people, Bill was the dude's name, were impermissibly having contact with Tom Brady and Sean Payton. Tom Brady, while he was on divisional opponent, New England Patriots. Sean Payton, while he's still a head coach of the New Orleans Saints. Roger Goodell came out and said he's never seen anything like this, with an owner being this involved with these type of violations. But they basically cleared him of the tanking shit, which Brian Flores accused them of offering $100 grand to lose games. On that part of it, they said there were differing. Basically, people remembered that situation different, but whatever happened, it wasn't meant to be taken seriously.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo,
how can they actually put that in the report?
That shit was literally in the
Like, how can they
report.
put that in report? Like, okay, he said it. They said it, but it wasn't meant to be taken shit. Like, come on now. Like,
Yeah, that's why
what
we
other
can get
court?
that in. I
What other
want to
court would
read
that
that.
hold up in?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I said it, but I ain't mean. I was playing.
You ain't supposed to take that shit serious.
I was just playing. Like, come on now. Like, that's the wildest. That's the wildest shit. But then again, I think we did a horrible job not on the stance of the fact that Roger Goodell, out of all of this, like Roger Goodell ends up being the person who can, make these decisions, right? And I said it in the chat, like, it's another great business model for the owners in the league. Like, at the end of the day,
Goodell is an employee for
Roger Goodell is an employee for the owners. So regardless of what the owners do, like, bro, you better let me slide, or I'm gonna get you out of here. And he ain't trying to get out of here. He getting paid what? What he getting paid this year? Probably 40 to 50 M's.
40.
You know what I'm saying? So again, we might not like on the other side, but if you could create your business and have it modeled this way, oh, it's a win-win, baby.
How much of that tampering do you think happened? Like that type of, I know no one's ever been caught like this. You think that goes on more often than not?
Come on, D-Butt.
I'm saying, bro, players.
Come on, D-Butt.
Coach. So you think Pate was having conversations?
I had a call yesterday,
and
just it was some people that's in the know, the atmosphere of football, working in the building. You know what I'm saying? And this person said he had a conversation with an owner that says, "Hey, look, I can care less about what these guys do outside of football or whatever the case may be. Like, I just care about the bottom line." You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, yes, like he's not the first. He's not the first. He's not going to be the first.
I damn sure know he's not the first, but I don't know. So he got the first round and third round pick taken away from him. The Dolphins did. Once again, this is only for the tampering stuff, because that's what they were only found guilty for. They basically absolved him of the tanking shit, which is, once again, like AB said, I said, like, that's crazy to me, because based on the report, not only was that conversation, misremembered by different people, but the when he talked about what tanking is, hey, Stephen Ross said in multiple meetings and said we should prioritize our 2020 draft position over our 2019 win-loss record. Like, that's tanking. And then they said multiple times, Coach Flores was upset, kind of wrote the other front office members. It got back to Ross. Ross basically like, hey, all right, I'm sorry. And then essentially never said it again. But yeah, that's crazy. And when the Deshaun Watson suspension came out, a lot of people were comparing that to the Calvin Ridley. And what we said was apples and oranges. We talk about interrogated game, protecting the shield, if you're tampering or throwing game, blah, blah, blah. That's exactly what this team owner, Stephen Ross, was doing. And for him to only get suspended 6 games, fined $1.5 million, and then you got Calvin Ridley on the flip side, suspended an entire season, forfeiting $11 million in a year of football he'll never get back. Did he break the rules? Absolutely. But I guess it pays to be a billionaire, obviously.
It definitely does. You got fined $1.5 million. Man, he laughing at that, man. He wrote that check so quick. Call Roger Goodell. Yeah, he got Roger on speed dial.
Probably paid that shit in $5 bills.
I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate
Damn, this shit crazy, man. It's been, but you know what? The Hall of Fame game kicks off tonight.
Hey.
And life will go on. Business will go on. The NFL will continue to be the NFL because
And
we all watch it. It's the best sport. It's the best league in the world, and they know as long as they got that going, they're good. We got two owners right now who are, Snyder, Ross. Man,
and
man.
if you look at the chart that we put up on Monday, business will continue to grow for the NFL. So next year, when we on this pod and we put that chart back up, it will be another notch up, baby.
Facts. And then, you know what was crazy? After all this, Stephen Ross came out with this statement. The independent investigation cleared our organization of any issues related to tanking and all of Brian Flores' other allegations. As I said all along, these allegations were false, malicious, and defamatory. And this issue is now put to rest. With regards to the tampering, I strongly disagree with the conclusions and the punishment. However, I will accept the outcome because the most important thing is that there'd be no distractions for our team as we begin an exciting and winning season. I will not allow anything to get in the way of that. Unless you know how bold these motherfuckers are.
Man, they like, man, kiss my ass, man.
If you watch Succession, you already know how this shit go. But yeah, that's crazy. Crazy, but not crazy, I guess.
Yeah. But to D-Bud's point, Hall of Fame game tonight. Got some football, man. Get y'all notepads and y'all pens out, man. Y'all take some notes, man. Break down some film.
It's gonna be. I don't know how much I'm gonna watch Hall of Fame game. So as players, we hate this game because it means when this game is on your schedule, this means you got to report to camp earlier than everybody else.
Yeah.
Obviously, for a lot of guys who, already are on that team, already have roles, probably won't play. And if they do play, it may be a series, max series, maybe two. And the other guys that are trying to make the team, though, it's another opportunity, right? And obviously, everybody's going to be watching because we've been missing football since February. We're missing real NFL football. So people are going to be watching. All 32 teams are definitely going to be watching. Well, all 30 other teams, should I say. So it's still an audition, for the players that are trying to make a team, and everything has been evaluated always. Practice, preseason, everything has been evaluated. So it's a big opportunity. So I am excited for those guys, and obviously excited for the legends that are going in. They put their life works into football, and now to be honored with one of the greatest accomplishments you can, getting that jacket put on you, getting that bust and shrine and everything. So I shout out my former teammate Richard Seymour going in. My cousin Leroy Butler, cousin, uncle, something. I know he related some way. Shout out to him. Created the Lambeau League. We got to get Zach Thomas in there at some point. But do we have a list of who going in?
Yeah, I put it up earlier.
Oh, you put it up already? Okay.
Yeah. We talked about Zach Thomas as well, getting in there. Well deserved.
Sam Mills. Shout out Sam Mills. Keep pounding. Dick Vermeil. Okay, yeah. It's a solid crew right there.
Yeah. So man, sticking with the football, I don't think we've done this division yet. The NFC South. Let's get on it. Let's talk about it. NFC South. The odds of who's going to win this division this year. You got the Tampa Bay Bucks, minus 270. The Saints, plus 350. The Panthers, plus 1,000. And the Atlanta Falcons, plus 2,500.
Damn, they ain't giving the Falcons and the Panthers a chance, huh?
They ain't giving them a chance.
Fuck Baker, huh?
We're going to start with the Bucks. Over under in the wins column, over under 11 and a half games.
You know what? Before they lost Jensen, I would have went with the over, which is plus 105 right now. But you know what? I think I see him at 11 wins, about 11-6, because playing that center position, and Jensen's a dog. Not only is he a good player, but he's kind of like the bad guy, one of the bad guys on there, one of the tough guys, right? And the middle of that pocket is obviously key for a pocket quarterback, which Tom Brady is. So I'm gonna go with 11. I'm gonna go with under 11 wins for the Tampa Bay Bucks. And I think the Panthers, the Saints have obviously had their number in that division. I think they'll probably sweep the Falcons, but Falcons played them tough last year too. But yeah, I'm gonna go with 11 wins. So I'm gonna go under 11.5 for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Where you at?
11.5, man. I'm gonna go over.
All right, you with Ace Boogie?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go Tampa Bay over 11.5.
Okay.
Over.
AB went over. I went under. We had the odds up there to who's gonna win the division. We probably both got the same team, but who you got winning the NFC South? Take the favorites and minus 270.
Yeah, I'm gonna
the
say
Saints and Jameis shocked the world.
You know what? I'm a hey.
Oh, I done talked to him. I done talked you into some dumb ass shit. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm gonna take the Saints. I'm gonna take the Saints.
Boy, hell no, nah. You know what? I think the Saints may surprise some people.
I'm gonna take the Saints if I'm betting.
Plus 350. That's good value.
Why not? And they play them tough every year. They got some new additions, some great additions on the defense side of the ball. They got Michael Thomas coming back. They got the young boy from Ohio State coming in at receiver, Chris Olave. Bruh, why not?
He's looking good too.
Why not? If we talking about bets, I'll take the Saints.
Which what division? Tone, if you can you get their schedules? I want to know what division. I know the AFC South. We play the AFC West this year and the NFC East, I think. I want to see who they play. But yeah, that's saying I'm not mad at this thing. Look, the Saints, here we go. Their win total.
And I got them over 8.5.
Yeah, I'm with you there. They had their win totals at 8.5. So it's plus money on the over, plus 105. And then the unders at minus 125. But I'm with you. I'm taking at least. I wouldn't take them winning division. I still got.
Are we betting, D-Buck? Like if I'm putting money down, they plus.
If I had to bet $100, I'm betting on the Saints too.
Okay.
So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna ride with you. If I had to bet for the value, plus 350, I'm going with the Saints. As AB alluded to, the Saints have had Tom Brady's number in the regular season, and now you're gonna get hopefully. Jameis has been practicing training camp, but hopefully they can keep him healthy. Kamara may have some type of suspension to start the season off because of the offseason altercation he got into. Yep. But loaded with talent on the outside. Loaded with talent. Dennis Allen's taking over head coach, so Sean Payton won't be there. But Dennis Allen has been there for a while. That defense has been one of the best defenses in the league too. So plus 350, Saints winning the NFC South. The man-to-man pod is on the same side with that one. And we're also on the same side with the Saints win total being over 8.5.
Yep.
Next one.
Go ahead.
The Panthers, Carolina Panthers. Win total set at 6.5. Got a quarterback battle brewing down there in Charlotte. And once again, plus 1,000 to win the division. Which way you going on this one? Under or over 6.5 wins for the Panthers?
Ooh, over 6.5. That's 7 wins.
That's 7.
I'm gonna go over. Had to think about that one. That's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be tough. That 6.5 number is tough, but if C-Mac can stay healthy, I like their defense. They got some dogs. I think they can get 7. I think they can get 7. I think it's going to be tough, though. It's going to be tough.
I'm taking over. I'm going to take over. I think, I'm taking over. Matt Rule's coaching for his job. Personally, probably should have been out of there. Baker Mayfield is playing for his, franchise quarterback status. Sam Darnold as well. C-Mac, shit, he at this point, there's a lot of question marks around him too.
C-Mac
So,
is too.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit on the line for the people in that locker room. And I like him to get over 7 wins. And I love that defense. I feel like Brian Burns is right on the cusp of being one of those guys, being a premier pass rusher in this league. Derek Brown, love him. J.C. Horn coming back. He had a terrific rookie season that was cut short with a bad injury.
Mm-hmm.
Dante Jackson back there. He's playing for a lot. Jeremy Chin, man, the man alum. Over 6.5 wins for the Panthers. It was plus money on that too? Oh, yeah. Plus 105? Oh, yeah. So as of right now, we are under. Well, I'm under with the Bucks. You're over, right?
Yeah, I'm over.
So I'm under. I'm at 11 wins with the Bucks. We're both over, I believe, with the Saints. And then over 6.5 with the Panthers. And then the team that's pulling up the rear right now, the Atlanta Falcons at plus 2,500 to win this division. And their over-under is set at
4.5.
That's rough. And the boys go 4-13. Who's that new coach again?
Damn, 4-13.
Is it Arthur Smith still there? Yeah, Arthur Smith.
Yeah,
Mariota's new quarterback. They got Drake London. They got Kyle Pitts. Patterson. Defense, they got a young all-pro AJ Terrell. They signed Casey Hayward this offseason.
Oh, man. I'm going over, man. 8-time, man. Dirty Bird, man. They're going to win 5 games, man.
I can't see Mariota. He's been a star in this league. Number 2 overall pick, former. They drafted a young kid behind him, so he's going to probably be pushing him. Desmond Ridder out of Cincy. Young guys, young team though, young group of guys who got to make. I got to give them over 4 though.
That's what. They'll win 5.
I like Cordell Patterson too. Patterson too.
Here you go. We got the Falcons schedule right here, regular season. Even though we got to see how these teams play throughout the year. You see their home games. Cardinals, Bucks, Pittsburgh, Saints, San Fran, Cleveland, Carolina, Chargers, Bears.
They got the NFC. What is it? AFC North? Yeah, they play the AFC North in the in the NFC West. Yeah. NFC West and the AFC North are their out of division opponents.
It's gonna be a tough one, man. It's gonna be a tough one. We're gonna put the Saints schedule up there for you guys. 2022 opponents.
I want to see the schedule though.
Yeah, the schedule.
Yeah. I want to see the opponent. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So Panthers schedule. Browns, obviously. Giants, Saints, Cardinals, Niners, Rams. It's a tough schedule. Bucks.
Again, man, I think it's tough. I think we all, as fans and as players, we go.
Hey, this is a tough schedule, AB.
We go look at the schedule, but we got to see how the teams come out and play. We all know that injuries are included into this game. And not wishing that on anybody, but it's just how different things pan out throughout the season. And obviously, at the beginning of the season, as a fan, as a player, you have high hopes for your teams, but you never know what can go on from week 1 of preseason to the final game, man. So obviously we can sit here and say, hey, it's a tough schedule, but again, we just don't know what's going to happen with them teams. But if everything even and everybody stays healthy,
We got let's find 5 wins right now for the Panthers.
5 wins.
Their best shots. Week 2
at
the Giants.
I'm
gonna say they got a good.
I'm gonna say week 8 and
week 8.
Yeah, week 8 and week 10.
I'm gonna say week 8 against the Falcons.
Yeah, week 8 and week 10 is against the Falcons. So that's 3.
Okay. And then after that Falcons, we got Ravens, Broncos, Seattle. I see one again. Week 14, Seattle.
And I could potentially see
Detroit. Toss up.
Week
that little 3 week, that 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Seattle, Pittsburgh, and Detroit. Now, once again, how these teams, how they play. That's Mike Tomlin leading that Steelers team. You got MCDC out there in Detroit, who knows how those guys will be playing. But man, we got the Saints schedule. We both put them over 8.5, right?
Yeah.
So week 1 at the Falcons, we got Bucks, Panthers, and they come out the gate with 3 straight divisional games.
Ooh, I ain't never had that.
Yeah, me either. That's a little odd. Okay.
Hey, you come out hot. You sitting pretty.
Yeah, but I know as a player, I used to want the divisional games at least a couple weeks. If you got one obviously early in the season, but let's get clicking a little bit.
If you coming out hot, bro, you first 3 weeks you 3-0 in the first quarter, 3 divisional wins. What?
It'd be big.
Everybody walking around the building happy, laughing, joking.
You're gonna know early on where you fall, I guess, in your division. But you got the Falcons. At least you start out with the Falcons. Falcons, Bucks, Panthers. Then we got Vikings, Seahawks, Bengals, Cardinals, Raiders, Ravens, Steelers, Rams, Niners, Bucks again. Late bye week, week 14. Dang. Which that's a really late bye week. But week 15, got the Falcons again, Browns, Eagles, and then you close out the season with the Panthers.
Man, they crawling to their bye week.
Facts. That hurts. So you coming out with all division games, and you got a week 14 bye week. 8.5.
The Bucks, week 1. It's gonna be a good game. 9-11. You got Dallas. Saints, Green Bay. That's gonna be another good one. Kansas City, I think another good one. Week 5, Atlanta. Week 6 is Pittsburgh, Carolina, Baltimore, Rams, Seahawks. Bye week is week 11. Come after the bye week, you got Cleveland Browns, the Saints.
It's a perfect bye week.
Niners, Bengals, Cardinals, Panthers, and the Falcons.
Yeah.
So
I feel like Tampa got it laid out for him.
Yeah. I know we're about to jump back into this, but go ahead. We can answer this question and then.
Yeah, I got this one for you. So SJ Mason, would you guys rather have an early bye week or a late bye week?
Late.
If you had to choose one, early or late, I'll go late too.
If I had to choose, late.
Yeah.
But again, wanted to put this. I know a few people have put it in chat. Griner was sentenced to 9 years.
Oh, they found her guilty and sentenced her today too. I know
they found her guilty, and I guess the way they process is they do sentencing
immediately.
Griner was damn.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, hopefully this is something that they're doing to maybe create some type of, because I know they did ask us for like an extra prisoner or something, with a prisoner exchange. So maybe this is one of their maybe it's a leverage play. I'm hoping that, obviously we're hoping and putting that good energy out that Brittney Griner comes home sooner than later and doesn't serve anywhere near that sentence. But man, it's a tough situation to be in. Hate to see it. And when you're traveling, man,
Be careful.
especially across state lines, domestically, and then especially internationally. We even saw Iman Shumpert. Yeah, he got caught with like 6 ounces in his book bag, and like for all that don't know, it's about an ounce right here as far as weed goes, so close to that. So you got 6 of them in your book bag. Yeah. Probably grabbed the wrong book bag. I'm hoping he ain't,
Nah. I know you. I know you had to smell that 6 ounces in your book bag.
Probably zipped up, and zipped tight, smell proof bag. I mean, I would at least hope he took that step. But shit, you got to be careful, man. Got to be careful. But yeah, when you go outside the states, completely different set of rules.
Yeah,
completely. But yeah, vacuum seal. I guess that was the word I was looking for. Was he? Oh, he was in Texas. That's a felony. And yeah, like I said, these state laws, this shit different.
Hey man, we got a graphic here, man. Zach Thomas versus Brian Urlacher. Brian Urlacher is a Hall of Famer.
First ballot.
Brian Urlacher, 182 games, first round pick. That has a lot to do with it. Pick 9. Zach Thomas, 5th round pick, 154 games, damn near even. Zach Thomas, 184. Brian Urlacher, 182. Zach Thomas, again, 5-time first-team All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler. Brian Urlacher, first-team All-Pro, 8-time Pro Bowler. Solo tackles. Zach Thomas, 1,100. Brian Urlacher, 1,040. Assist tackles. Zach Thomas, 627. Brian Urlacher, 314. Interceptions. Zach Thomas, 17. Brian Urlacher, 22. Forced fumbles. Zach Thomas, 16. Forced fumbles for Brian Urlacher is 11. Sacks. Zach Thomas, 20.5. Brian Urlacher, 41.5. And they both have 4 touchdowns for their career. Zach Thomas has been eligible for the Hall of Fame since 2014. He's never been a finalist.
That's
crazy. And Brian Urlacher was the first ballot Hall of Famer of the class of 2018.
That's nuts.
I've been saying it for the longest, man. We got to figure out some got to shift. Some got to shift. Some got to change, because that's nuts. And we put London Fletcher junk up there.
Iron Man.
That's gonna be crazy. So
yeah, we got to get my man. We got to get Zach T in there, man. We got to get in there. We got football tonight, though. I am excited about that. It's back. Now, I don't get excited about preseason games after once the ball is actually kicked off. Then I'm like, all right, let's get to some real shit. But it's going to be good to see guys out there in uniforms, coaches with headsets on, new players with their new team. That's going to be good, because there's a lot of moving parts this offseason. I think bumped up the level of excitement for all the fans out there and all the people that's covering the sport, should I say. What was your first preseason experience like? Young AB out there preseason first day. What was that like? Who did y'all play against? Where was y'all at?
So my rookie year, our first game was against the St. Louis Rams. I did not play that game. I was coming off a MCL sprain. And that would have been my first preseason game against Steven Jackson. But
3-9.
My second game, we played the Seattle Seahawks. That's when that was coming off the Sean Alexander when he crushed the previous year.
Was that the Super Bowl year for them?
I think
it might have been when he was on the cover of Madden.
I think it was. I started that game. I started that game, played in the box. Strong safety, had the weak ass Don Joy on my knee.
Ooh.
But had a good game, man. Had a good game. I was excited, man, and had a real good game against the Seahawks, man. So that was my first experience in a preseason game. How about you? How about you?
Yeah, that's dope. Mine was in Philly at the Link. Excited, obviously, super excited. I had to, just like you. You went to your practice facility and you see Peyton and Freeney and Rod and all them boys. So it was already kind of, I'm sure for you, like, oh, okay, this shit crazy. But that's what it was for me too with the Patriots. Brady, Moss, Belichick, where all these legends, Seymour that's going to the Hall. So that was obviously amazing in itself. And then the way that we practice in New England, I have already felt like it's nothing I'm going to see on Sunday that's going to, like, I'm good. But it's when you put on that jersey and you and somebody else, you're in the visiting locker room and you up to that point, we had done the mock games and stuff where we go through everything. Like, you got to know who enters the field, which way do you go when you leave the tunnel, where you warming up at. Like, you literally go through all that stuff. But when you actually do it, and you in that real game jersey for the first time, and somebody else is out there with another game jersey on, it's just a different feel. You had Donovan, fact, you had Donovan McNabb out there. You had Deshaun Jackson.
I'm getting butterflies just talking about it, man. Like, it's that, like you said, like, and then there's also like the unknown, like you say, like you practice, and I feel as though, to your point, you going against Brady and Moss, and I'm going against Peyton and Reggie, Marv. It's like, okay, I know that as far as the play wise, I know I'm ready. But it's the unknown as far as getting on the bus. Like, okay, what bus? Like the little shit, what bus do I get on? Okay, let me make sure I'm not sitting in anybody's seats, because the old heads kind of have their seats on their certain buses. It's like, okay, cool. Like, okay, when we get into the locker room, like, how is that? Like, when do we go out, or what?
When do you get taped?
When you get taped, and then as a rookie, you really don't have your pregame routine. So it's like, trying to find what your pregame routine is. So it's a lot.
Just looking around,
like what they doing. Like, okay,
AB body's all right. Get my hot tub short.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, so it's those type of little things that you kind of that's going on in your head too. And then from there, it's like, okay, well, shit, let me not forget what cover 6 is or what cover 3 is. You know what I mean? But then once you go out there, man, like, so for some guys, it comes second nature. But then other guys, it's like deep butt. Deer in the headlights. It's like, oh
yeah,
shit,
man.
And you be like, oh, bro, like we've been doing this all
cover 3, bro. 3 down right, huh?
Hey,
down right, bro.
That was me, my first regular season game.
I remember that. Remember you told me that. But yeah, that in everything. So it is. So honestly, preseason essentially is like it's a glorified practice. But like I said, real jerseys, real opponents, different opponents. Because in training camp, you're going against the same people every day. You get kind of used to different routes and different cadences and all those things. And then now we're in a brand new one. So and then everything goes a little faster. Even preseason games compared to training camp practice, like it's a different tempo. And the coaches are a little more, because it's new for them too. Even you could be a coach for 10 years, 20 years. Like, that's the first time you have that group of players that you're taking the field with. So the substitutions, the different thing that even the coaches have to deal with is good for them. That's why I'm still a proponent for preseason. I do feel like it is things that you need to get from it, especially for the younger players, younger coaches, calling plays. Players get hurt. You got to throw the backup safety in there. You got to throw the backup nickel in there. How does that affect you? So it is a lot of value still in preseason. Obviously, as a player, you hate to get hurt.
Yeah.
So like when AB's in year 8, year 9, year 10, you take them preseason, you moving in preseason a little different. I know I was like, nah, I'm a player. I'm gonna do my shit, but I know this don't count. You know what I mean? So but it's still a good experience. Had Shady McCoy out there, Jeremy Macklin, my draft mate. So it was dope to be in that other jersey. I got a pick. I remember literally I got a pick in my first preseason game. And I remember as soon as I caught it, I was like happy. I mean, in the moment, it was like something. I'm like, oh shit, I got a pick. Like, I'm like, man, this shit don't even count. Like,
You keep the ball, you run it to the sideline.
Instantly, bro. I'm like, man, this shit don't even. So, but you know, in that moment, you still got a pick in the game. I'm hyped with a pick in practice. So shit, that shit, all of them really count for me. But knowing that it didn't count on my stats, I was hot. But shout out these guys getting their first experience tonight.
So Tone went down and got the stats, man. My first preseason game. She had 8 tackles, 7 solo, 1 assist.
You flying around, man.
You know, getting to that rock, baby. Getting to that rock.
Hey, you know, might be breaking news. I'm an employee of the NFL now, officially. So I go back and find any.
Oh, you cheating now, man.
I go back and find any of your tape now. So
man, you cheating, man. I need that.
When I'm out here talking about these players now, this.
Hey, it's a good question it's a good question from Zach though. Man, I need that, man. I need to call and see who I can tap into. With Phillies, you taking Westbrook or Shady?
I may be biased. I'm taking Shady though. And Westbrook was a dog. Westbrook was an absolute dog. I'm taking Shady. Shady low key was one of the best backs of his generation. Yeah. I would say, like, we came in the same draft, 09, he was a second rounder. And obviously, he got his rings late with Tampa and Kansas City, and he wasn't a big part of the, you know, he wasn't out there getting a bunch of carries and shit. But like Philly, Buffalo, Shady was. Everybody had to be. Anytime a player has like coaches on edge in a different type of way, you got to get that player a different type of respect. And Shady, when it was Shady week. That backside, them gaps, the gap discipline, the edge, like you had to be on point. So I personally would take Shady. Yeah. What about you? I know you probably played against Westbrook a little. I don't think I may have never played against Westbrook. Actually.
Yeah, I played against Westbrook. Westbrook was like that. You know, running the rock, punt return. He was like that. But you know, like you say, Shady was different. Shady was definitely different. Shifty as hell. Making everybody miss. To your point, you know, defensive coordinator got the pointer. Hey, this guy right here, we need 11 hats to the ball.
Facts.
You know, the first guy probably gonna miss. The second guy might miss. So we need guy 3, 4, 5 coming. You know what I'm saying? So
Swarm.
But yeah, I'll probably take Shady on that one too.
Yeah. Good backs though.
Great.
Both of them, very good backs. And then in the Bills, I played against Shady in the snow. It had to be probably 6 inches of snow on the ground, no exaggeration, and it's still coming down. This motherfucker was moving like he was on field turf in Lucas Oil. And everybody else out there, that I don't know what he did in the snow.
Yeah,
I think he had a game like that in Philly too. That was crazy in the snow. But he was probably I give him the greatest snowback ever. Fuck that.
Nah, but two, like you said, man, two really, 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 really good running backs. You know what I'm saying? You can't take anything away from both of those guys.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. Man, D-Buck got the cheat code over there with the film.
Hey, big cheat code.
Yeah, man. I gotta come to the crib, man. Let me watch some film, man.
This shit go all the way back to 90s and shit.
This red zone ain't it.
And then NFL Plus, they got the NFL Plus, and it's free for us too. I give you the connect.
It is.
It's free for us. You can go back and watch all the TV copies of the games. But like obviously, especially if you're watching quarterback play or DB play, you gotta have that all 22. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all rocking with us as always. This year is gonna be very, very exciting for us all. We kick it off tonight. Jacksonville Jaguars, Las Vegas Raiders, Hall of Fame game. Shout out to the legends. Shout out to all the players getting their first experience and opportunity in the great league that is the National Football League. We just talked about our experience. And like AB said, just talking about it, I still got goosebumps. And that was 20 years ago in a game that technically didn't count. But what these guys are going through, and young ladies that's going to be involved, you know, on the sideline or in the press booth or whatever. Unforgettable experience.
No doubt.
Yeah,
No
my
doubt.
camera said, "Fuck it, it's time to get out of here."
But again, man, y'all tap that like button, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. You always know, man, we appreciate the love. And on Monday, man, we'll catch up with y'all. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Again, man, prayers and thoughts to Brittney Griner. Hopefully we can get her back home soon. Tough situation. But again, enjoy tonight. Hall of Fame game. Football is back. We'll get with you. Peace. We out.